We're here, you're not take part. You're not alone. CJ and Jester, bring you home. It's okay to not be okay. Let's talk it out, don't drift away. Mental health and matters most, so come in close and raise a toast to the ones who fight each day, to the silent words they never say. You're strong, you're seen, you're truly heard. Got your back, you got our word. Oh, take time, see the Jester. Talking truth, didn't catch up. Every Tuesday's answering big space. Just take your, take your time.
Good morning, Grenada, Carico, Petit Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Good morning to North America, Asia, Africa. Good morning to the world. I am CJ, and we have,
Jester, of course.
and I'm not going to introduce my peoples yet, so we are here. Good morning to you, Cameron. How are you?
I can't hear them.
Good morning, everyone. Everything is okay for the time.
Everything is fine? We're good.
All right. Well, good morning to the boss.
Good morning to you, Kenu.
Go ahead when you're ready.
And good morning to me. Tell this morning, Lord, if you can. What was the up this morning? Exercise using to feel money license. We thank you that for the breath of breath that you shall every one of us. No matter the little something to feel me on our body, for the motions that I'm in your life. Thank you for this day, our lives. I'm thankful for Jesus and it is thankful that I'm thankful for it. But I first want to be know that I was in the I mean, those who are from us, so a lot of them tell me free. Father, the money, what else I'm getting of money. That is really concluded for you. You realize that is what she might know. But I was not forgetting the faith now of the leaders. Even the enemy of the leaders. But I join you alone what knows everything about what you anyhow. Remember the 5,000 victories. Remember me, God. You have to be on path. Remember the means first. Every time every when they for you. But I'm glad you can you know and that everything you know right. You are ready to tell us that Lord. So between the country for living in our country, our that I'm glad. In practice, look at the God, no, our Father. But I want more I said, I want more I said, I want more I gave God, more I'm doing. Oh, God, I know what I remember, then I'm not going to check I wish. But I'm asking you, Lord, to lead down up and do that I like this, I want better, Lord. And mostly I like this, I want better, Lord. My God, I know it's you, and I know it's no. But I remember to give you that God. But I feel prophet, listen, to yeah. But I feel do it like prophet, life this our land. We will need just of this our land. Because if I know the anything of ourselves, and God, truly miles if you with the land, I zoom it and everyone before you land. Shall I tell me, Lord, before you too much. I cannot name them one by one, but my carry what each and every one of them. And my entire faith, my entire faith, and itself and self, then, is on duty and goes on by duty so Allah. Yes, if you are in this church, you are in the south by the chance. By them and lead them not only in the spirits and you can comfort them. If you are blessed for love, every one of them. My father is king for us. Number 8, 6, it's our good. Yes, I come at them stories. What they going to say, I take thank you, Lord. Remember, it's on every one of them. In my community, one. They be child for love. They be the child from prayer. We say, they say, somebody knows if I need to say, all the work of this children. This way I'm the God. The only of the world. Every second of the connection. This way I'm the same love. Again, I will children, my son, like my religious friend, home, my children between I bring it to you. But I'm having on my happy joy, come from me, young and son, my friends. Nobody needs what you learn. Nobody needs it all the Lord. But I was you know, just, doing the job. statement dry, make them like one them to beat. Oh, God, Father, nobody making busy, somebody workers love. My God, I'm making the funny parts. The bosses are doing it for every driver, it's a one Lord. Then every time the funny truck, we got to go to the chance. But I've got the cleaning here, data for not of them church, they did it for our Lord. Remember the different school for our Lord. Especially they got to of them church for our Lord. Remember them, man. I remember that before you before our Lord. What to give my name and I know now. Just to work me home. Which I found out if you can react to God, you can put for which you also not to body before our Lord before our but we love it so you remember just that this morning I mean my before now it's been achieving but I won't let you home to everybody's company and friends this surrounding with our love it's religion it's our love as my journey journey so true my God and my children remember that when you speak them Lord I've been in front of everyone of them children and I live that not feeling so our Lord like when you say this so clean finding together like one brother when you go pray, this from a toxic was ready the communities and every have each our in my sister time in more than him. I don't believe in the name of this I believe I to go to our Father that in heaven no even that in my phone. There is even on what I see in heaven work with you for daily bread and God look also such as it of the day stretch as again that I will of expectation. Or you go from our in the security in the power and the day. Forever and ever, even from zero.
Amen to you. Everything okay?
Yes, so I'm going out to the I website with like I actually say I don't see.
5 o'clock?
Yes, on Friday in the morning. Oh, I will.
Where did you go?
In Song.
Oh, okay. But I didn't see you. I went to town yesterday too, but I didn't see you.
I go to the eye clinic.
Oh, the eye clinic. So you could see better now?
Yes, I laugh. Yeah.
So if daddy tiffin thing in the kitchen, you go find him.
Huh?
If daddy finding stuff in the kitchen, you're gonna find him.
Of course, yes.
I hear you.
In that clinic, I went to check up and they had to active on me. They put me on the doctor.
Okay.
Fight anything to put back by your because I was very clean and pretty.
Okay.
Everything is all the problem. Well, that's what I think I tell you. We just need to cut it out and look at it.
Okay.
So, no, don't like good cutting to work for and that will give me a high job to put in to put back by your in the job.
Okay.
So that lady give me that abstracted graphic.
Oh, that's good. What? Find out the name of the eye drop. I want to stop wear glasses.
No, you have to go and check it together.
All right. Talk to you later. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Kenu,
Oh,
tell your business still. How about you?
We ain't have no business. Can I tell him mind his business in that end? Why you here? Can we go to chat later?
I bet you hear that.
Just mind your business.
Can you have a lovely day, my dear?
Take care.
Nice.
Okay, bye-bye.
Play no fast with that, man.
I'm fast. Listen, I have no business, so I have to mind other people's
Don't stop with that. You just mean you don't put in water in your wine. Don't come to that.
The thing is, I don't know why. So I have nothing to put water in. Just mind your business yourself. So, Jester, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank God.
So we already have a few people online. We went back to our StreamYard and we're trying to see if it's going to work for us. We have Olavachi, let me say bonjour to you. Lorna, like in the Lorna Bain, she's already online. Good morning to Lorna. And we have or try to have a peaceful Tuesday. So to everyone that is checking in, you can go on, you can find us on Facebook too. You can find us under my page, which is cjspiceyola@gmail.com, and it was going to send you right back to
CJ?
And it's going to send you right back to the YouTube thing that we are doing here. I am CJ. And this morning, I am going to introduce my That guess. This is something is waving in my ears like crazy, like it's too much.
Distortion.
Yes.
That's why I don't like.
Let me see if I could go on mine. I think my mine is okay. Everybody hearing? So you always hear me talking about my peeps and my peeps and my peeps in Toronto. I am going to show you one of my peeps. Say good morning, my dear friend over there. Good morning, everyone. And while you're bending forward, you don't need to see yourself. Just sit there and speak. And this is Annie. So that is one of the 5 peeps. So the other 4 is out there. So we'll say good morning to you, Cliff. We already said good morning to Lorna. We're saying good morning to Denise and Sonia. And Australia. The one that you brought is also Jenny. Jenny already got her good morning and she's on the road, so that's why. But yeah, these are my. You see, you know my peeps. They know my peeps. Just do you have any peeps? Yes.
So let's just continue, please.
So let me say, just so you can go ahead and say good morning and give you the first preference to say good morning this morning. Go right ahead.
All right. So let me take the opportunity to link up my boy. We talked just a few days ago on the phone. Garden Bushes Richardson, also to Wayne Ted John out there. That's folks in the US, in New York to be exact. Andy Moose Bartholomew. Alistair Aito Dubois. Yeah. He normally chimes in.
Yeah, we haven't heard him for a while though.
Who else out there? Mrs. Glean and family out there in Boston. Good morning to you. Everything is going fine. Who else? Coming back home, the Hill Street people. How can I forget the Hill Street people? Celia and family, good morning to you. Claire out there in Mahu, good morning. Miss Gladys, Maddie's, she runs that shop in Maddie's Junction, where Francis used to be operating.
And Miss Bisesa.
Yes, good morning to Miss Bisesa. Yeah.
Yes, anybody else?
That I can think about at the moment.
Yes. So let me go say good morning to Kathleen Holly Douglas. Good morning to Marlon Klein. If you're listening, Bernadette Abraham out there, you know where you are. Good morning to you. Good morning to Coffee in the Morning. Don't know where you are, but seem to be a very busy man these days. Good morning to the Glean family. I'll say Bonjour to Olovachi. MP, good morning. Lorna, we already checked in. Mary, you're there in Toronto. Junior on the Grandy Town Heights. Good morning to you. Morning also to William Broadcast at WIBS 107.5. Let me also say good morning to We Noise FM at 107.9 out there in the Big Apple. Good morning to Alvin Harris in New York. Duchess, good morning. Mr. Nicholas Snag, good morning to you. We already spoke to Kenro, so that's fine. Good morning to Pat Pear and the family. Bobby Pierre, good morning. SBW, good morning. William Pierre there in Toronto, I think that's where you are. Good morning to you. Good morning to Buddy out there in the lane. Let me say good morning to Kathleen Ledlow, Roya Charles Alexander, Joyce Noel, Antonia Francois, the cashew tree people yesterday at the university on the cashew tree. And let me tell you, this morning I came out in the track on Oakland there, and the Neurobus under the cashew tree is really a university. You should see the amount of students that was waiting for the Neurobus there. It's fun. I says, well, look, the cashew tree was another much. Yes, I had about 20 of them there waiting for. What's his name again? My good buddy there, Sweeney. Sweeney drives the Neurobus.
Sweeney?
Yes, Sweeney.
Okay.
Yeah, because Sweeney to pick them up, and I said, look, the university is happening. Let me also say good morning to Ann Burnett and Radio Man. Bushes, Chavi, Aito, Pat, Sherian St. John in Maryland, Wendy out there in Toronto. Good morning to each and every one of you. Hope you all are having a great day. Today it is Tuesday, the 28th of October. We're really spinning through October. Just a few more days, and we are heading into November, and it's going to be daylight saving time. So now when I have to call my daughter in Toronto, I have to look at my time, and if it's 10:15 here, it's going to be 9:15 over there. So they're going to be an hour behind us. So we have to make our minds and our whole soul go into the 1 hour behind in the time zone. So they're falling back. And then when spring comes, they're springing forward. And that could really create havoc on somebody's body because we think we're getting 1 hour sleep more or we're getting 1 hour sleep less, but it really messes with your mental state. Because sometimes you get up, if you have to go to a meeting, you reach the meeting 1 hour late because you did not change your clock. So it is advisable for those of us in North America, those of them in North America, that on whatever day it's going to change, do it the night before you go to bed. So when you wake up in the morning, it is already set for that time. Chance the Gamer 97 has checked in and is listening to all the Take 5 people at one. It's just my TO people are happening. Do you have anybody happening? Yes.
Not being so pronounced as a TO crew.
My TO
They're
crew is
definitely there.
Mary, what is the baseball thing going on? Like, I know they did they play last night? They lost last night. Come on, Jace. Come on, you all do better than that. You cannot be going into the World Series after 32 years and losing. So it's 2-1 now. They tried. They tried? Yeah. And not even looking because once I start looking at this post and I get anxiety attack, I start to shake, I start to do all kinds of stuff. So I just go to ETD. What? So they are going to win because if they could go for that longevity, endurance, they are going to make it. I firmly, firmly believe that they are going to make it to the big game and get the trophy. So, what is that the baseball? Okay, in hockey, they have a cup they call the Stanley Cup, and everybody knows into the Stanley Cup. A lot of people don't even know what hockey look like. They don't even know what the Stanley Cup look like. But that Stanley Cup is making the rounds, and everybody's happy to have their Stanley Cup. So, let's see. Maybe they might make a baseball cup. If the Jays win, that is something for them to look into. And what do you think? When you go back to Toronto, spread it. Talk to them and see what's going on. Yeah.
So October continues to be a very eventful month.
Is it?
Remember, it's already the child month, also the month of the elderly. We have mental health awareness as well.
Yes.
Yeah, also financial literacy.
Well, that one I'm not taking part because I need some money. I don't know if anybody could help.
Awareness.
Want some money. I really, really want some money.
Claire, 42 years ago, remember today would have been day 3 of the U.S. intervention here, and we all know what it would have been like, as we reflect on this whole, from the demise going into
let me tell you
the
something.
25th, and so on. It really was nice time with our history, man.
Our Grenada is loaded with history, besides the Carib and the Arawaks and everything. We have invasion. We had what they call again? The one that they call the intervention. We have the revolution. We have the murder of Maurice Bishop's father, Rupert Bishop.
Yeah, Rupert.
We had the Mongoose gang. We had it all in this little rock that we're standing on here. And like they say, Grenadians are resilient people, and I believe, but I don't know how strong the resilient is, Because let me tell you something. The other night it had an earthquake. I don't know if you felt it.
Oh yes, it was 5.1 on the Richter scale. That is sure.
I in my bed with it and I just feel my body.
It was heavy. It was heavy. I'm telling you, man.
Okay. So that's I messaged to my neighbor next. I said, "Is it me, or did we just move?" He said, "No, we moved. My chair was moving." Then I sent a message to her. I called Honey. I said, "Honey, did you feel that?" Because I thought she was at home. She says, "No, but Delbert says the chair was moving." I said, "Well, I'm not mad after all." And now I'm waiting for the next one, because they said after that it was have tremors, and I was going to born again.
Yeah.
I said, and I think it's coming a bit often because in the last couple months, that is the third one, Jester.
Yes, so we have to watch out there. It's
We see Trinidad had the other tornado the other day in the hot sun. We see it form out of the ocean and just go around and then all we saw was galvanized and something flying in the air. And it is not far-fetched for it to happen here.
Yeah.
I was told that during Ivan we had a tornado in the storm at the moment because somebody said they saw a coconut tree go round and it went around and it went around. So that means the cone was taking it wrong we go. Where we stop, no one knows.
So while we're on that, you know that Jamaica is getting a severe pounding. In fact, they refer to it as one of the
worst.
yeah.
One.
Could you imagine 135 miles per hour wind speed?
And it's going at
Category 5.
160 something, and it's taking its time. It's going like Solomon, so they're going to
they're getting a serious pounding, you know. So as a result of that, Claire, I would just like for us to have our brothers and sisters in Jamaica in our thoughts and prayers. And then when the time comes around, in the aftermath, that we'll be more than willing to stretch forth our hands in whatever way, you know, for relief, because we all remember in our time of need what it's like. It's no easy thing for the recovery
after a hurricane. At all?
You know.
Oh, because I was going to go sing by the side of the road, we jamming and collect some money, you know. We jamming. Because it's we jamming, honestly, because it is not something, you know, I always say to myself that I would like to experience what a hurricane feel like, and then I change my mind. Because everybody that I spoke about it to says you do not want to. Because I know I'm going to die, you know. As a new straight, they go just come and pick up my body inside here or wherever I am and then go with me because I'm going to scream my head off and bust.
You know what you're saying there, right? Before we had Hurricane Ivan, there were a lot of people who were thinking like you, but I know based on what my grandparents and they told me, I know I never want to witness no hurricane because as far as I'm concerned, suicide, no, that is like suicide to me. But others who experience it, they never had that kind of thought again. That's what I'm saying, of wanting to experience a hurricane.
I know. Oh. That is not.
It's too terrifying.
Right? Yes, Mary. This is one of the Toronto ladies in town. This is one of my peeps. This is Annie. God is me talking about Annie and Lorna and Jenny and Euthlyn and Denise. And so this is one of the 5. So this is the take 5 people. All 5 of them. And then, you know, so.
This is one of them that's always being conversation about people like me.
People, you want to be like something? You're not as important, so hush. Not one bit. We don't even talk. We don't spend to talk about it. You know, Annie, did I tell you last time we had a conversation? And I said, when I go back to Toronto, we normally go to dinner, like all of us meet and go to dinner. And he had the audacity to say that, what is that again? The audacity to say that we're going to dinner to talk about them. And do we talk about that when we go to this thing?
But I don't even want to, let's continue the program, please. Because I don't know what to expect. I don't know what answer do you expect yet.
Why would you say that? Can you think it, Annie? Tell him. Ask him why would he say such a thing?
Because I know so.
You know so?
Yeah.
We don't do that. We don't have time for this.
We have so much to catch up on. Man is the last thing on our lives.
Yes. Tell him. That time. Okay, the last time when I went home, we and our daughters went to the movie. So how are we going to talk about men with your daughters? No, because you're just saying, no, I don't go gosh man about nothing. Not when I go, Lorna and I go out, we talk about ourselves, we talk about. And Annie, I have to say thank God that our daughters made it to Jamaica and back before this.
I know.
Look, I know I'll be crying like women and then what's happening to Candice and Monique.
And one good thing.
Happy that they did it before this.
Yes, and it was just a week ago they came back.
Yeah, one good thing that the government did too, they had a charter flight sent for
the Canadian government.
They sent for
the people,
the students, Grenada.
Grenada government. They normally do. So, like if something should happen here, and people like me and Annie, so you stay in here, but we go in.
Of course, that's where I belong, and I'm very proud of that. That's where I belong.
I'll take you with you.
Me, I don't want to go behind Claire. Awkward banks.
I don't even awkward book. I don't know properly. I'm still around. You see, she says about me, but you see, I'm still standing. I'm not afraid of him.
I'm not afraid of you.
Yes. And you see the funny thing, everybody said they listened to me and him and they said, oh my gosh, you know, really say we just as each other. I said, I make just as each other. I said, if you all know the things Jester says to me off air, I get to give it back to him on air so that everybody knows. Not at all.
You never make me see trouble.
I do not a big man like you.
Yeah, why is that?
Big man like I don't know how a little 5.5 person could make you see all this trouble. So before we start our program, it is a very good one this morning. It might be controversial for some people, but let me explain and I'm going to say it. The topic is the dark side of being married to a good man. No one talks about married to a good man, right? So, and let me put it this way, disclaimer coming from here. I did not say that this is studies and research has shown what we are going to be talking about. My girl Jenny has just checked in. Good morning, Jen. Hope all is well. Annie is here with me. If you're looking, you will see Annie grinning like a Cheshire cat. She's happy to be with me and me.
Hi, Jenny. Hi, Jenny. Morning.
Yes. So this is not my thing. I'm just saying because I don't want any man to jump up and say I'm bashing men. I'm just putting it out there early enough because I think it is a wake up call though for a lot of men out there. We women we're gonna get our share coming up in my maybe next 2 episodes when I find the one that is reasonable to talk about with about the women. But I think it's a wake up call, just as so it was a wake up call when we go to the restaurant and we eat and we don't even know people are watching us doing the things that we're doing and all that stuff. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break and then we'll be right back.
Oh, wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I need to say. Feeling heavy, you're not alone. Come take 5, you're in the zone. Voices come, what's the care? For more information, contact Noise TV at 929-445-4463. Or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. WeNoise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD content with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. WeNoise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact WeNoise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Are you looking for that one local supermarket where you can purchase all your grocery and household items at the same time? Well, look no further. Smart Buy SA Belfort and Company Limited, located at the top of the town on Main Street, St. Patrick, is the ideal spot. They're open Sunday to Sunday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturdays, and 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sundays, just for your convenience. Call them today on 442-9219. That number again, 442-9219. We're shopping snacks at Snack Buy.
At Sugar's Repair Services, we offer digitally calibrated machines, resurfacing engine heads, general machinery. Show us your pattern and we'll make it with precision machines. At Sugar's Repair Services, we satisfy your needs. Just ask and it will be done. Call us at 473-418-1865.
Welcome to Take 5, your mental health program with CJ and Jester. with CJ and Jester. And we are back to business. So today, as I said, today, we are going to be talking about this topic called the dark side of being married to a good man that no one talks about. And you may ask yourself, what is a good man? Jester, do you consider yourself a good man?
Of course, I'm a good man.
I asked Jester, and as we do back up Jester in any way or form here. I asked Jester.
But
You tell
for
us.
some, I might be bad too.
Well, that might be a point. So I'm just letting. Well, everybody's gonna say they're good. I would say I'm a good woman, and he's gonna say she's a good woman, but then other people might have different say on this. But if you say that you're a good man, I cannot say no. I cannot say yes in any way or form because say you're a good man.
But really and truly, because you know I would have gone through, I am not a good man in that context of which we are going to deal with.
You're not a good man?
Not in that context of which we are going to deal with. Remember what will be unfolding here. So then I'm not a good man.
Okay, right. So let's go. So it says the dark side of being a good man. And I do need men as well as women to chime in to this because I think it is a very, very important subject that we're talking about. It brings out the truth about things and how people look at different things. So it is saying that the dark side of being married to a good man, no one talks about, and here is it. He is a good man. He doesn't drink or cheat. He is not abusive. He pays the bills. He takes the children to school when asked. He even goes to church. He is perfect on paper. To outsiders, you're lucky. Your family always say to you, you hit the jackpot. Everyone else says, you better hold on tight before another one snatches you. That is the criteria of a good man, right? But here's the kicker. But little did they know you're exhausted and emotionally starving, dying quietly in a marriage everyone thinks is goals. Because while he is a good man, he is not your man in the way that truly matters. See, nobody talks about this part. Nobody warns you that you can be married to a good man and still be unhappy. So today, we'll talk about the pain of being married to a good man. So far, what y'all think?
So you see what I say?
I just asked.
In the context that I may not be a good man.
Honey, you have any examples? Any? Okay. So it starts off with the heading again. He doesn't cheat. He doesn't hit. So you must be happy, right? Said, I'm about to say something controversial. Not me. That's what the study shows. It might make you want to throw your phone. Okay? But if you stay with me, I promise this will make sense. So we're trying to make sense of what the person is saying. Because he doesn't cheat, he doesn't hit you, he doesn't scream or come home drunk, he doesn't gamble. And while all of those things are important, very important, is that all it takes to be a good husband? Because let me shock you. Some women are married to cheating husbands and still feel more loved and more emotionally fulfilled than women married to so-called good men. That is a big statement.
Of course it is, isn't it?
It is big. And I'm going to read it again. It says, because, let me shock you, some women are married to cheating husbands and still feel more loved and more emotionally fulfilled than women married to so-called good men. So in a nutshell, they're saying the good man doesn't light the fire. He doesn't do anything for them. The cheating man, he makes them he feel more loved emotionally. So, but he's sucker. He's doing that to cover up for his bad ways and them of the good man. He's not coming with it. You're not coming. You're making me feel more love. You want to bring me flowers. You want to come and hug me from behind and kiss me on my neck and all this kind of thing just to cover up for the badness that he's doing. Let's continue. She says, I know that sounds wrong, but hear me out. Some cheating husbands are still romantic, adventurous, expressive, and fun. They spoil their wives with attention and affection. They plan trips. They say, I miss you. I love you. They listen. They love their wives loudly and make people have no doubt of their love. That is the bad one, and them those suckers on them, I'm telling you. I speak in my lips, still moving.
Okay.
Out in the world, when me and Jester, but not that we have anything else.
What do you mean? You still can use somebody else's name.
When me and my boyfriend goes, and me and my spouse go, and loudly in any present in my peeps, and I'm gonna say, I really love Claire. She's everything to me. I'll do anything for her. I'll give her anything. But you're cheating. And this is your way of making me feel that I am the business and the cat's meow. But I'm meowing at all. You are the one that's doing all this loudly. You remember that movie, Diary of a Mad Black Woman? Where he took the girl when he getting his award and he said, oh, this is my wife. And if it wasn't for my lovely wife, I would not get to be here. And as soon as he reached home, he started to beat up. You understand? Loudly in public, he makes everybody knows that this is his lovely wife. So, this year, it's talking about people like the boyfriend that I don't want me to call him nameless.
So, Clay, you can't take the story as is and twist and turn it at the same time. You have to deal with it as how is it. That's what we're dealing with today.
The flow.
You understand what I'm saying? Oh, okay.
Make your point. I'm listening, good, but I need listening to go. Make your point.
So, okay. So, what gives here, right? Well, because based on what was said, right?
Mm-hmm.
The good man.
Yes.
Right? So you prefer to have the good man in the form of which you talk about it?
Yes, he ain't cheating, he ain't beating me up, he ain't doing me nothing. Maybe you don't light in my fire, they say we ain't get fire, but he's the good man.
All right, okay. So
he's the good man.
Right. So
he ain't coming and
so then so the starvation that you talk about then you're coping with all of that.
I could make
because that is the reverse of what the good man is portraying. Remember that?
Well, yes, he come to country. I'm going to defend it.
Okay.
So you prefer to be the bad man. You're the Casanova. I just asking.
So you prefer to be the good man.
The good man.
Because remember how your life would be?
Boring. Well, let me put it up.
We have to stick to the
You just have to step in and say,
all right.
Exactly what you want. Communication is key. Communication.
I see. We have to deal with the story how it is.
I find you taking offense to this.
No, I'm not taking offense. I'm just saying.
More hard to say. I'm understanding that person say the code and everything.
Okay, so he says he love you, they listen. They talk about you loudly in thing. In fact, people know they don't joke with their wives. Even the side chicks know. Did I go too far? No.
Wait, you're clear.
I
don't want to be lost at all.
It sounds, let me go. That sounds wrong when he says about women, men, okay? He says some cheating husbands are still romantic, adventurous, and expressive, and fun. They spoil their wives with attention and affection. They plan trips. They say, I miss you. I love you. They listen to what you have to say. In fact, people know they don't joke with their wives. Even the side chick knows. So he has his wife and he has the side chick. But the side chick has to bow down because wifey is, what do you call that word again? Prominent in there. In that relationship. So yes, they are wrong for cheating. Yes.
God.
Because you don't see, she said they're making a joke with
that's a lot of instances, if you listen people talk in the real life, the side chick are the one who tend to benefit quite a lot more than you. So
That's why.
let's just step into reality.
That's why they decide because they're on the side getting the benefit, and whatever come home and say, whatever. He says, so yes, they're wrong for cheating, and I will never justify that. But they know how to make a woman feel wanted, desired, adored. Meanwhile, some good men are just there. These are the stick in the mud ones, right? They're there.
You could bring it out in them.
How? We coming on them. They sit in the living room.
Seeing that you want to take this story and
what?
chop it up and
no,
it's right. I'm just saying that how that end up happening.
What?
Then
what?
The wife does go cheating on the good man as a result of it. We are not provide that sort of.
Yes.
We decide to chop it. We chop it up all.
You cannot take a cougar and make a cheater. Cheater has to do cheater. It's not cheating with cheating. That's it. And you know the funny thing, Annie? The person that cheating never likes to be cheated on. They can do the cheating, but okay, let's go. So they said they make the good man are just there. They sit in the living room while you cry yourself to sleep in the bedroom. They go to church with you, but haven't looked you in the eyes in months. They ask, what's for dinner? But never ask how you're doing. They wear their wedding rings with pride, but haven't said, I love you without prompting since your honeymoon. So that means the honey gone on the moon at the right now, The moon alone.
That's the number is 4041189.
Call. I need people to call. And if you complain, you are a bad wife. The ungrateful one. Because he is a good man. Being a good husband is not about not doing bad things. Let's get that straight. Being a good husband is not about not doing bad things, He could be doing bad things too. Being the same good husband. Because let me tell you, there are a lot of good husbands that control their wife like a remote control inside their house. You cannot wear this. You cannot go there by yourself. You cannot call this person after a certain hour. They are good husbands. They're not hitting you. They're not shouting at you. They're not doing it, but they're controlling you to the max. They are good husbands.
All right. And that's what you prefer.
I didn't say anything. I thought
you said that up front.
We're doing it. Right? That doesn't mean that he's doing bad. It's about knowing your wife, love language, and speaking it fluently. So if you know that I like something, right? And I've been singing it like a canary day in, day out. You're not paying attention. So you're not even aware of what it is that is making me tick. You understand? So that's it. It says you're not speaking my language. You're not speaking it. That's how much more for you to speak it fluently. My language means nothing to you. He said it's about seeing her, not just her body, not just her role as mother and wife, but her. So there are some men, they like women with cocoa bottle shape and all that. And they could watch you when you come out in the bathroom, when you walk in the road and you don't see my wife, you don't see that figure on that, and you don't see that figure on that woman, but that is not what it is. She needs more than you admiring the figure from afar or close by or wherever. Speak her language fluently.
Tell me about it, but as I said, that's what you want, the good man.
Listen.
So the good man don't providing what you want,
Providing that's what you want, okay? It says, so please don't tell a woman she should be happy just because her husband doesn't cheat or hit her. That's not the standard. That's the bare minimum. So even though he is not.
So you need to read that again, Read that again. You need to read that again.
So please don't tell a woman she should be happy just because her husband doesn't cheat or hit her.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the standard. That's the bare minimum. So even though he's not cheating on me and he's not hitting me, that doesn't make me happy.
Yeah, they said that's the bare minimum here.
Well, yes, he's not speaking my language fluently. He's not paying attention to who I am, what I am, or what I need, or what I don't need. He's just there. You didn't say he's just there. And I find it again serious offense to my confidence this morning.
No, I hope you digesting it proper because based on what you established in the beginning.
Yes, the good man. I'm talking about the good man. No, you see, I think you're missing the point totally.
I don't missing the point at all.
That some people are in a marriage with a good man, but that doesn't. The good man does everything that is the that society expect him to do. To treat your wife right, don't make us in trouble, don't hit her, don't cheat or anything. This is what they expect. But as it says here, it is the bare minimum of that because he's not falling in tune with me. He's not speaking the language that I want him to speak. That's what it is saying. So if you cannot get that, I don't know how you're going to get it. It's not about I want the bad man or I want the cheating man or anything. The man that I have could be good and giving me all that the bad man is giving.
But like what you are saying, when I ask you, you say,
but yes, I want the good man, yes.
Okay, well, I just
right now I'm looking for a few good. Right now I'm looking for a good man. If that's what you want to hear. Right now, I'm looking for a few good men.
Let's just move on here, please.
So,
nobody calling you?
No, not nobody call it. Right? When you have that kind of conversation and them, I think I was afraid to call because but I want them to call. It is 404-1189-1473 if you're calling from long distance, straight or on WhatsApp. So it says you can't talk to anyone about it. I mean, not can, you can't talk to anyone about it because you are supposed to be happy with the good man, right? Who are you going to tell? Your friends are praying for half of what you have. The good man. Right? So I may see Annie with her husband, and Annie and Archer looking really, really good together. You see them going places, got Archer holding her hand when he walking, he putting her on her shoulder. And I'm like there with my little stick in the mud, and I'm like, I think I want half. I'd like Annie relationship. I want some of that. Not knowing that Annie is starving for affection in that thing outside in the world.
Go back on them.
Jester? No. It is talking about the pit.
I know she don't.
Can I come in? Good morning. Good morning.
Well, good morning to Take 5.
Good morning to Miss Wilson. How are you?
You all having the time of your life there today?
Yes, we are. We are.
I just a boy don't give up your hold your coin.
You know my point making sense, isn't it?
Surprise you.
You know that I've been interested.
Funny enough, I did it first time.
Yes, we loved it last night. We did it last night.
Expanding your ability.
Thank you.
I want to be the devil's advocate here.
Mm-hmm.
So, a good man would have started out in that relationship more than ever with all the expectations that you speak of. Emotional attachment, I love you, how you feeling today, you're looking lovely. Because that becomes part of initiation in a relationship. Now the question you have to ask here is what created that good man? Right? That man who no longer gives that emotional support and care and that sort of communicating with the spouse or girlfriend or whatever the case may be. Remember, the relationship would take two. So they obviously would have had a breakdown that would have created this good man. A breakdown, I think, that involves two parties. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is she pulling away? Is she giving excuses? Oh, my head hurted me, or I have my period, or I ain't feeling well, or the children stressing me out, or sometimes you look into a situation and you find that there's a lot more dynamics in there than just what the eyes that the public see the good man.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens behind that closed door is what is key. So I will not give that good man all the blame for being a good man, but there's much other salient factors involved with that relationship to create that. Likewise, you could have the opposite way. You could have a good woman who would say, "No, this is my handsome husband. Oh, you don't see how just lovely and his too. Oh my goodness, I love you so much to the public." But when they get behind doors and try to hug her, say, "Oh, I'm your hand there now." You understand?
Yes, yes.
So that's a good woman as well. So I think it is the dynamic within the relationship on that personal level, internally and not external to the public. That I think is where the problem may exist. And this good, I don't think a good man, is, as you describe him, can create it overnight. I think it's a process of time that would have created that good man. So ignoring that woman that's so professed to love externally, but internally, that the person. I just need the devil to have the truth.
Thank you so very much. Great insight. Thank you.
Thank you, Shams.
Bye-bye.
Bye. They cannot make it, Shams. You should know better than that. Yeah, but Shama puts it in such a way she make a real good analysis of it, being the devil's advocate. Yeah.
Very good point.
But you know, just when you talk about it, the good man didn't just start there.
Yeah, it's true.
It's because
It's a serious breakdown. I do
it
believe.
is.
Yeah.
Because there are men. You know me foot big since you know me my foot big. You make me big foot. And I could have take my big foot and put on your leg when I'm sitting there, and you rubbing that big foot, your toes, and so massaging my foot. After a while, the big foot just getting heaved. Move that foot away from you, understand?
Yeah.
So there you have to wonder, well, what happened to my foot now? This was the same foot that you were massaging and on your teeth. So is it that the love has gone cold, or people have changed, or there's other things in the mix? As Shama said.
Yeah.
Because now, going back on this, it says, who can you talk to about it? You know, your friends are praying to have what they see you have. You can't go to your mother because your mother keep reminding you of how lucky you are to have that good man in your life. Your pastor might tell you, go and pray some more and submit harder, right? No one wants to hear a woman complain about a good man. So you start to suffer in silence and write journal entries you will never share. You cry in the shower. You rehearse your complaints in your head, but never voice them out loud. Because when your husband is a good man, your pain becomes invisible even to you. You're in pain and even if you hurt it. Because you see, you have that good man syndrome. Everybody out there, Jester is a good man. And the things that you coming to talk to me about with Jester, I cannot believe what you say. You must be lying on Jester. Because he is the good man. That's the image that he portrays out there. Yeah, you come and you bring it in front and you're smiling and you're helping everybody that you meet and everything like that. And when you come home, for me, you even watching me twice. If I was naked or if I have any best clothes out or anything of that sort, because you have lost the interest in what it is, and you're not even trying to gain what it is that we have, because even though I'm speaking, you are not listening.
A relationship is a whole complexity in itself, Claire.
Is it?
Of course it is.
So walking first.
It's never. It's a rugged road. It's not always smooth at times, Well, this road could be so rugged.
It is true. It is true. But at the same time, what do you think? What do you think a good relationship lacks? For we are talking about this today. What do you think a good relationship lacks to make it what we think we want it to be?
Honest.
My girl, See why she's one of my 5? Honesty. You see, the thing about this lying, Jester, and don't get me wrong, you lie, that is your business. But when you lie and you know you lie, I know you lie, and you know that I know that you lie, that is a whole different ballgame. If you're not honest in little, you cannot be honest in much. And it's not going to be about the relationship alone, it's going to be your whole life. But relationship is where it begins and ends, because these are the people that you're living with in your home. Your children are going to school. And if you're not honest, your children are not going to grow up to be honest either, because they feed on what they see in the house. If they see their father is always out there and he's coming home and he's working at the office late, and somebody sees him and they says, oh, well, I just see Jester and Annie in the bar only, but Jester told me that he was working late in his office, so the office is at the bar. And they see me with someone else. And so it is coming like it is okay for the children when they reach at a certain age to start displaying that same thing. They are not honest with each other. And I always say, in the relationship that I am in right now, honesty is key for me. The relationship that I have.
Spill.
In relationship, do you think that the honesty goes down to every fine detail?
Every.
I don't think so. Because remember, there are some relationship where, for example, be it husband or wife, sometimes they do establish conks that they don't let the other half know. That is in itself is not honesty there.
No, that's not being dishonest. Listen, listen, you have accounts. People have different accounts. Your husband could have an account too that is his spending account is mad money, right? I could have that same account, but there's an account in the bank that both of us has access to. That if we have to pay the bill, we have to go on trips, we have to go and do all this. But I had another account.
One set up one unknown to him.
No, he knows. He knew.
No, well,
he knew.
Talking about cases.
No, you just asked about honesty. That's honesty.
They need to know everything.
Well, okay, well, so I'm saying,
take it back.
No, I'm not taking back nothing, because I'm telling you what will end up happening. But someone establish accounts unknown to the other half. That's what I said.
But then again, you have to think about what the relationship is all about that caused that person to do that.
I don't know.
Because you see, once this honesty come in, then trust become a problem. And that's marriage keep going, or your relationship keep going down and down and down. Because then you don't trust the person enough.
Tell him, Annie. Tell him.
No. She don't have to tell me that. That is obvious. I think that's obvious.
You talk about So, Jester, if I am in a relationship, I mean, not the one that I'm in right now, but if I am in another relationship,
you tell me. You want to say something? Say something.
If I am in another relationship, or I'm in a relationship, and the relationship is not working right, the person that I'm with is controlling everything that I do. And at the end of it all, I may end up with nothing. I tell you personally, could go and open another account without him knowing, to protect my being. Because at the end of the day, this is what I may have to survive on. I'm not being dishonest. I'm just omitting that I have another account. No, they ask me.
You're good at it. You're right.
Now, if you ask me, Claire, do you have another account in the bank that I don't know anything about? Why are you asking? You have to give me a reason why you're asking.
So you're asking him back the question?
Yes,
you're asking a question. Answering a question and asking a question.
Why are you asking me if I have another account if I have an account in another bank? Because let me tell you, there are men as well as women out there that they want to strip you bare and leave you just with the skin, as it says here, bare minimum. This is how they control you. They will take everything that you have away from you, so that when they leave, you're standing up there like a tree with no branch to support you.
When they leave?
Yeah, when they leave. They do leave. You all do leave.
Okay, so which man is that? Good or bad?
That is the Casanova.
Which one is that one?
Good man become bad. You know,
Sure, what? Something you go.
was it Beyonce or what's her name? The Barbadian not say good girls gone bad. Good man go bad. That happens. So just for me to go and open an account and not tell you, that means I'm seeing red flags are waving in front of me that I have to protect me. So that's why I do that. But if you have an honest relationship with somebody in your life, I would say, you know what? We have that account that both of us have access to do everything else, pay the bills, do the groceries, we plan trips and everything that. But this one that if I need something personally, I would not go into that account which we have that is joint to take money to do that personal thing. You get where we're coming from? Just ask.
Watch.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
No. You don't come and force me down. Oh, yes,
I
you don't think so. That happen. You understand? I made my substantive point, which I think both you and Annie gathered.
Somebody
And
else.
if you open the account unknown to the app, I see it as dishonesty.
No, but you didn't ask.
What?
You did not. Okay, I open an account. If we have a relationship and you open the account dishonesty, that means there's a breakdown in that relationship. People don't just get up and open an account without.
I wouldn't dispute that, but Claire, not on our location.
Let's listen to a comment here. Comment says, "Really, what really is a good man? I had one that I was happy with, and I thought he was my God. We did a lot of things together, only to find out after 18 years, we had 21 children.
What?
I wonder where I went wrong."
After 18 years. So, what my question is here, while they were getting involved, wasn't she questioning him about how much children he has, or is that did those children come alongside while in the relationship?
Let's get the numbers. She was married to him for 18 years.
Yeah.
So within that 18 years, maybe there was 3 outside that she didn't know about or she knew about. The other, whatever amount to make up to the 21, came while the marriage was there.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question now. If
I could answer,
answer, you could answer.
No. If I could answer.
If you are in a relationship and 18 years of marriage, and I come to you and I say, Jester, are you having an affair out there? Do you have other children? How honest are you going to be to me? And answer, yes, I have affairs out there, and yes, I have other children. Tell me, because what you're talking about is a bunch of bull by saying if she didn't ask question. You always answer question truthfully?
How do you mean?
Ask me and tell me that.
Of course, yes.
You lie.
Why not?
You lie.
No.
No.
You don't answer questions.
No, because let me tell you something. I believe the best thing to do, if a man happen to have a extra relationship outside and such occur, it may be very difficult to tell his wife. But at the end of the day, I believe it's the best thing for him to do.
Yes.
Rather than she's going to find out. Otherwise.
Yes.
Take it. No, I'm serious. For any man that is listening out there, if that so happen with you, the best thing to do is ban your belly and bring it to the tip. You know, I was looking at a movie like that the last time, Yeah. I look at a movie like that.
Here's the kicker now. He didn't have any before they got married. They all came while in the marriage.
21? That man is that?
21. That is a murderer.
Is that for real? Is this
that is for real. This is for real. That's what I said. The good man doesn't mean he's good in all the traits that we spoke about early. But that doesn't mean that the good man is not controlling. The good man is not doing that. The good man is not hitting you. He's not cheating on you. He's not doing that. He's not understanding. That is the good man, right? But how good can a man be? 21 children. Chicho, I'll be 2. 21.
Well, who's in that?
Don't ask me the question.
Well, it's easy for me to find out.
Well, find out. Don't ask me. Then. But you see what I'm
That's a
talking about.
lot.
Just talking about honesty. If opening a bank account is dishonesty, I'll be dishonest than having somebody of 21 children behind me.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
If that is it.
And so, well, you could ask the question to you, maybe type in
Listen.
what did the person do? Did they stay in the marriage still? What was the reaction?
They stayed in the marriage, yes.
You might, sometimes you don't have a choice. You just have to stay.
Treated him as a god, like a G.O.D., but he was a G.A.D. a god.
Oh my God.
Sometimes you just don't have a choice, just then to remain.
No. No one has choices. We have choices.
No, sometimes when you wait out, Claire, the pros and cons, what the pain that might go through in terms of what you might benefit, right? From that whole thing with division of divorce, and these are the kind of things that you need to consider.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
As the program that we're doing today talks about starving emotionally and so you're telling me that I, Claire Josie Francois, is going to stay in a marriage or in a relationship where I am going through all of that. There's 21 women or 5 women out there with more children, and I am the one that's sitting here looking after you, doing everything, and I have to sit and talk. We have a call.
What are you, mash up the phone?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning.
Lorna.
Good morning to you, Lorna.
Hi. I hope you're enjoying your stay.
I am, and I'm here having fun.
I see that. So I was thinking about this topic, and I was thinking, what would I want? And I think in the end, I would want a good person, but you have to be compatible to the person.
Sure that.
So, sometimes we might say, okay, I'm marrying a good man, but we may have unrealistic expectations, and we may not be able to distinguish the good person from a suitable partner. Because nothing might be wrong with the person, but is he compatible to your personality? So, if they're not compatible, then this would lead to this satisfaction when the relationship lacks passion, deep emotional connection, or when the good qualities might just be a mask for other issues that the person may have. So I don't think to just settle for a nice person or a good person. We have to get somebody who is compatible to your personality. And I would in the end though, I would still choose a good person over a cheating person. Because you may be able to work things out with a good person if, even though you got married to the person and you find that things are not going the way it should go, you might still be able to work things out with that person. But once the person cheats on you, then you lose trust, and it will be very hard to regain that trust. So in the end, I would still go with a good person, but I would want somebody who is compatible to my personality.
Thank you very much.
Okay, then.
Thank you. Day. All right. Yeah. See, Jester, that's put that in your pipe and smoke it. Smoke.
Well, she speaks her mind. I mean, this word compatibility always ties me up, and I seriously, sometimes I wonder where does the line been drawn with this word or term compatibility? Because let me tell you why.
Yes.
I've known of people that would have been in marriage for 30, 40 years and still end up separating from each other.
Because they're not compatible.
What? Still, so what is
Yes.
Come on, man.
Okay, there are people that are in marriages. They have wife, they have husband, they have children. And when later on they go and they turn into something else. Right? But they're not compatible. You see, the thing is, we have to know. Because sometimes, like everything else, new love is exciting. You find somebody new in your life and you're so happy with that person, and that is the love of your life, your soulmate, your whatever you want to call it. Give it 4 years down the road or 5 years down the road, and you're starting to see, oh, it's snowing. He's snowing, you only snowing, and you taking out the clothes and you just dropping it, and for all these things, and them are getting you upset now because the new love died. You are there, as you say, sometimes for the benefit of what the marriage is all about. If you divorce, well, you might end up with the house, and he might end up with the car that you want, and it's a whole go down split villain. So you stay there. But there comes a time when your children is at an age, and they know what is going on in that relationship more than you think they know. It's time to say hasta la vista, adieu, goodbye. They're not doing it because they're cheating, but because there's nothing left. You're sleeping in one bed, and I am sleeping in another bed. Somebody's calling. Please call 404-1189. I cannot take this call right now because I'm on the air. Thank you very much. Yes. So you can't live with it anymore. You can't be a hypocrite to yourself anymore, so you're gone. And sometimes you don't even care if you get anything because your happiness and your emotional being is what's important to you at that time.
Do you know if the person want to get onto the program?
Well, they cannot call me now because I'm on a
But you tell them a number to call in.
Yes, call them.
What if they want to
then they would
talk to you
continue the program. Well, when they'll
Thing that will happen.
Maybe they wanted to speak in a personal capacity.
I explain like friends.
You tell them to call
that number, and if they don't want to be on the air, they'll say they don't want to be on the air. So they call me after the program is finished. That is honesty.
Oh my God.
That is honesty.
This is
Look at that.
That is honesty. And just hear what it says here. He doesn't cheat, but he doesn't chase you either. So when you are in love with someone or you have a husband and you're supposed to be compatible with each other or you're supposed to love each other, the adventure in that relationship should be always there. You make it happen. So many men mistakenly believe that once they have the woman, the job is done. Mission accomplished. That is a no, no, no. Game over. See, like baseball playing now, the Blue Jays or whatever, game over. They can't go back and think that new game coming up. Game over. No more flirting. No more romantic gestures. No more late night sweet talks. No more. I saw this and I thought of you. Gifts. And because he doesn't cheat or abuse you, you're expected to be grateful. But love needs to be nurtured and pursued, even in marriages, especially in marriages. Some of these good men think loyalty is enough. He's loyal to me. He's not cheating on me. He's not hitting me. He's not shouting at me. So that is enough for you, Claire. You don't need anything else. They are faithful, yes. They come home at night. They don't have secret phones or hotel receipt. So these are the good men, right? But then emotionally, I am dying inside.
But this is a two-way street.
It is. It is. But we're talking about the dark side of being married to a good man. We're coming with the women later, and you're going to chime in from Toronto with that one. So all these are the good men are doing that. But Jester, Annie, think about it. When you marry someone or you're in a relationship with someone, we're not saying that every day you're supposed to go out there and bring me flowers, and every day you're supposed to take me on an adventure, but it does make me feel human. Make me feel that there's some love in there still. And sometimes they say, oh, but I don't know what to do for you anymore. You have this, and you have that, and you have but do I have you? Because it's you I marry. Not the car, not the phone, not the house. I marry a person that has 2 legs, 2 hands, face, mouth, everything. This is who I marry. This is who I'm looking for. And if you're not there, you're absent, then what am I to do?
Now you pick subject and name, that kind of topic and name.
You can say whatever you want. I'm speaking truth. This is truth. And so they think you're loyal. You're supposed to be loyal because you have everything. But do I have you? And that is what a lot of us don't get in the process, because they're thinking that, well, what does Claire want? Look at if I have a car. She have me
Oh, God. Oh, good.
I buy a car. She has a card that is unlimited, has unlimited access. She can go buy anything she wants. But think about it. I go to the mall Yes, I can buy anything I want, but I go to the mall and I see something and you're not by my side to say, look at that. Isn't that thing beautiful? What do you think? No one to talk about me and myself speaking at the mall. People might think I'm mad because I walk in and talking by myself because you're not there. You gave me everything that you think I need when it's you I need. What's the other man? So they sing that song, I need you for the rest of my life. That is what this is talking about. The good man and how he should react to the woman that he marries. And likewise to a woman, the person that he marries, you should be good to that man too. Because as someone says something, you come home and you say, oh, outside, yes.
You're just speaking very passionate, eh? You.
I have passion
on this subject.
in the relationship that I have. No, it calls for passion.
I just
Getting hot inside.
yeah.
Makes us hot. That's getting hot inside.
No, but seriously, a lot of you said you talk about Jester people married for 30 something and 40 something years and they still end up leaving. And they didn't just get up and leave at one point, it's a lot of things that build up. A lot of things took place in their life. And let me tell you something. We as women, we take a lot before we crack. That is the audition. If Annie,
both ways.
Well, no. But they made us as the nurturers. We are the one that look after people, do things for people, the people in our lives, whether it's our children or our mates or anything. We take a lot. And sometimes you hear somebody say to you, oh, well, your husband is abusing you. You're going through this. Why don't you get up and leave? You're not going to leave because you think it's going to work. You're still going to give it a shot to see if it's going to work for you or not. And then it comes down to the wire where you see it's not working and you make a decision. You leave it. By that time, your children can look after themselves. You can look after yourself. So you're gone. And then people are going to blame you and say, oh, she had that good man and she left. We do not know what happens behind those doors that close and go click. We don't know what happened there. Because this is where we see the worst trouble because they call you all kind of good for nothing. Look at you. Who wants you after I leave? You can't even dress yourself properly. Look at the women that is in the office where I work. You see the way they dress? You see how they carry themselves? They put you down inside her. So tell me something. How many of that can you take before you say, I had enough of you bozo. I'm going about my business.
Tell me about it, girl.
So, next one. When was the last time they flirted with you? When did he look at you like he was seeing you for the very first time? And when I say that, they don't mean you staying inside the house with him and he looking at you for the very first time. When a man or a woman sees somebody outside that they think they like, they look at you with love like Pepe Le Pew, with love in their eyes. They're seeing you for who you are or who you're not because they are interested. They love. And when that love become what they think they had enough of, they don't even know if you exist. They're not even watching on you. You could walk naked in the house upside down, do gymnastics here and making a difference. Because they lose. They lose that feeling that they have. So that's what they say. When was the last time you looked like that he was seeing you for the first time? When last did he touch you? Not because he wanted sex, but because he wanted to feel close. And let me tell you something. A lot of people always think that when you're in a relationship, you have to have sex to feel good. Sometimes sex makes you feel bad. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all. Oh.
Yeah. Sometimes you just want to feel close to that person. The person sit down, you sit there, you chat hand like football on leg until they, touch you, and just to be close to that person. But no, they think they don't want you around in the first place. They're wishing that why shouldn't I just get up and leave so that I could live my life the way I want to live it? They're not telling you to go because most times when you have children and you go, they're the one that suffer because the government and the lawyers fight for you to get the house for your children and everything. So they don't want to tell you to leave or make you go. But what they're doing is enough to damage you mentally and emotionally for you to just get up and leave. But to the strong girls that know that they're going through that, they play the card right. They know how to do that. Just sit down and wait for you to make them go. They find the lawyer order and say, "This is what's going on in my house, and this is what do you think?" They set themselves up. So, good morning, my dear friend.
Morning.
All right, yeah. I'm good, thank you.
I'm doing well.
Good, good.
All right. I'm listening to the program.
Mm-hmm.
I joined not too long ago, maybe about 20 minutes ago,
Mm-hmm.
about 11 o'clock hour. I reviewed some of the comments earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's interesting topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things going on in that scenario you're uh, discussing this morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, it seems to be that there's a lot going on in that relationship that is not being said
Mm-hmm.
by the person writing in,
Mm-hmm.
and the other half. Sorry. Good morning, my friend Jester, and your other gang.
Good morning to you, mate.
Thank you so much. I so want to get into this one because
Good to hear you after a while.
good to hear
Yeah.
you, Jester. And I don't know your guest name. I didn't hear it.
Good
Sorry.
morning.
Her name is Annie.
Repeat.
Annie.
Annie.
Yes.
Annie. Good morning, Annie. How are
Good
you?
morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent.
Just so you know, she come out on our side too. She's from TO.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Well, welcome. Listen. Good man. Is relative to where you sit in that relationship, right? Now, seems like this person is making a lot of judgment based on outside uh, influences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In terms of what's considered to be good and no. And here where I think a lot of things go wrong in relationships and stuff. Try to do things that is outside of our role. And by that, we're going to say a man and a woman, they are two human beings, but they behave and act differently, very differently. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now, for a woman, she would say, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, or I like this, or I like that. And she also went on to explain that she wants to go on vacation, she wants to plan. You know, is she alone to do the plan? Is she alone going on vacation? Or is this a combined effort?
Right.
Yeah? Now, some women will come home and they'll talk about their day, they did this, they did that, this bothered them, this bothered them. Listen, a man sitting down and listening to this, he is thinking of how to solve these issues she's talking about. Where in fact, she's just thinking and talking out her experience for the day. She's not looking for you to solve it, she's not looking for you to come up, but instinctively, that's where a man's brain is. So when she's talking about it and looking at it in that way, I'm looking at it completely different. And I'm saying, well, why don't you just stop talking to them, but that's not what she wants to hear. Yeah. So that is not what she wants to hear. She just wants you to listen. So you as a man have to filter this. Does she really want me to respond to this? Am I just a listener? Nod my head, make a little grunt noise now and then to let her know that, yes, I'm actively here and I'm listening. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
No. Some men will go to the extent of, well, I don't understand what letting this bother you for. And this turns into something totally different where the argument now start. You're not listening to me. You never listen to me down the road. Jester, am I going down the right road here, Jester? And
I would want to think so, yes.
I wouldn't expect you to better.
attention to me. Yes, I'm listening to you, but I'm saying I'm practical now. My male brain has taken over, and I'm telling you what you're talking about don't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Why are you getting upset about that? I don't see anything to get upset about. Yeah? Me, personally, I'm a planner. Yeah? Claire, if I tell you I'm coming to visit you, I know exactly where I'm passing, where I'm going to stop, and what I'm going to do before I get to you.
Right.
That's me. Yeah? If I'm going on vacation, this is a real exact example. I booked a vacation to go on vacation at Christmas time with my then fiance. I had in mind everything of what I wanted to do. Yeah. I at that time I was planning to propose. So I had my ring, I had everything, I know where I'm going. I even planned the excursion where I wanted to go. That's me. That's what I do. But when I get there, I said, let's go and do this. No, I don't like that. That's too dangerous. I don't want to get involved with that. So I now have to think on my feet and quickly adjust myself. You see what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, so there's two sides to that coin. Now,
Yeah.
if you want me to be more involved in the home and involved with some of the maintenance of the home, not the maintenance, but the operations of the home, that's a whole different side of it. But what I'm getting from this scenario is this individual is looking for more of an emotional connection
Yes.
with her
Husband.
here, with her husband, with her mate, with her whatever. Now that is different. That takes communication. That taking you being emotionally aware of first yourself, then your partner's emotional state, the way they are, and how you can communicate your needs and wants where that person is concerned. And a lot of people think that's easy, but it's not. It's very difficult to communicate what you're feeling and what you need, you know? So now, a lot of people overlook and sometimes can misconstrue the two words, four letters, love and sex and all of that thing and make it into one thing. It is not. It is not. And then we start getting into the importance of intimacy. Intimacy is not necessarily sex. Intimacy is not necessarily love. Do you understand?
Yep.
You could be intimate with your child, doesn't mean you want to sex them or you don't love them or anything like that. You are showing them how to connect with another human being. Yeah?
Yes.
How to understand another human being. Now, this is where I think a lot of us fall apart. And this is where we need help. Yeah, this is a mental health show. This is where we need help. This is where we need to step back and say, okay, what am I lacking? Yeah, a lot of us grew up in homes where all you hear is, you're this, you're not this, you're not that. You're just like your father, Jester.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
You understand? You're just like your father, and that being poured down on you, you now revert back into yourself and you say, you know what? I really trying to show you a different side of me, but you're not listening. You're not hearing me. You're not meeting me where I am. Yeah? You are in a space that is very ugly. Yeah?
Yeah.
And in a different space completely. So we cannot relate. So we need to have somebody to come and unpack all of that and start showing and say, listen, you all are carrying stuff that way back with. You need to put it down or find a way to deal with it so you can deal with yourselves right here and now where you are. And where you are right now, you're trying to communicate on a level that both of you are not. And it's going to cause problems. It will be problematic. And we need to be able to open up and say, okay, maybe she doesn't even looking to go on vacation. She just wants you to acknowledge her being there. I am here. I'm in the home. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Acknowledge it. Yeah. Come home. Hey, and you move the furniture around. Wow, that looks different. That looks really good. I never expected to see that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
What's men are blind to a lot of things. We walk into the home and we just the room. We did not see the effort that went into whatever was done. Yeah, you have clean clothes. You name it. The meal is there and it's epic. Did you say thank you to the healer? Exceptional. That the chicken was wow. What did you do? You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
All these little things let that person know that they appreciate it. Yeah. And that you, the person who's showing appreciation, have gratitude for what that person has done to make your day that much better. Yeah, when you come home, you don't have to go and it's something that needs to be frosted, trying to figure out what you do, how you're going to cook it. Yeah, I'm different. I love to cook, so that wouldn't bother me.
Right. Yeah, I know that.
That wouldn't bother me at all. Yeah, I would say, okay, no problem. I can put something up, and I was good. But a lot of people, it's different, right? So for me, when I'm listening and I heard and I read what you said, is that that person needs a lot of things to unpack, and the other person who even the relationship, I tell you another quick story about my own relationship. Um, my wife had a hard time asking me for finances. Yeah, she would not ask. And for me to overcome that, what I had to do, I would sneak and put money in her wallet because I know she wouldn't ask. And I know she needs it. And I know because she needs to move and she needs to travel. And I put it in the wallet. You know, why you do that? I said, because one, you wouldn't ask. Two, if I tell you about it, you would get upset. I think you would get physically upset. I can see it on your face, your reaction, your body reaction. I can see it. Yeah. I've been in sales for years. Part of training in sales is to read somebody's body language.
Right.
Because we speak more with our body than with our lips. Yeah. So I can read that you're not comfortable with what is being done. So I'm trying to make you as comfortable as possible. If you go in your wallet and see there's some money there. So you know you have the money to do what you need to do. Or when you're speaking and say, oh, I need to get that or I need that, and then you come in the grocery store or pharmacy or you say you need that, I would pick it up and bring it home. You know, that's taking me on a different level of being connected and understanding and listening to it with the care that you would say, okay, yeah, I need to do this, yes, I need to do that, I need that. But if you're not in a good space and it's with communication amongst the two person involved in the relationship, it's not happening. That's where the problem starts to creep in. And listen to me, if you look at where you said the cheaters, the white cheaters, and all of that stuff. If you just look at the cheating, some of the time somebody's going outside of the relationship trying to look. Sometimes they're just looking for intimacy. Somebody just sit and talk to them, hold them hand, look at them in their eyes. And it leads to the other things that we don't want to happen. But sometimes that's where it is. I come to you and I'm talking to you, some people have a phobia to say to show any type of intimacy in public. You don't hold my hand, I'm not a blood child. I heard that once. Or back and say, okay, all right, no problem. And you stop. Yeah. Okay. And like I said to you, a lot of us carrying a lot of baggage that we need to put down and walk away from the bag. Yeah. And look at ourselves and understand, no, it's not trying to hold my destiny to a child. So yeah, because he wants to be with you. He wants to know that you're with him and you walk in step by step. Why not hold you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Some men, they just be just sitting and talking and just want to be close to you. Don't necessarily have to touch you, but it wants to be physically in your presence. If you understand where you could be scrolling on your phone, no problem. I could be reading a book, no problem. I could go on the veranda and read a book, but I choose to stay in the room with you because that proximity makes me feel connected, and that's what I want to do. So openly, we have to be able to speak to one another in a term that we both understand and use software understanding the love language of how your wife moves, how your woman, your intimate partner moves. And you can pick up clues from that.
Yes.
But if you're not aware of it, you're just not aware. You just don't know. Yes. So this is what I'm saying. Sometimes you need help. I mean, you have to reach out for a therapist to say, hey, this is causing my relationship some issue. How can I address it? Yeah, you as an individual can do certain things, but on the other side, the other person have to be able to bring to reciprocate. And sometimes that person is trying to change, but the other person is so stuck in what went on in the past, they're not even seeing it or appreciating that person is trying to make that little shift to, to be able to allow the relationship to grow in the way that They want it, not the which that the person involved want. The way that they want
Yeah.
it, so they're not really to be that side ship. I've been talking for a while. Claire.
So let me ask you a question before you leave.
Tell me.
Just about the point, which I said, me, in any relationship that I have, my thing is all about honesty. I don't want anybody lying to me about things that they think that I want to hear. He brought up the point that if it's dishonest for somebody to have a bank account on the side that the other significant other do not have, would you say that it's dishonesty for me to have another account besides the one that I have with me and my spouse?
Without letting him know?
Yeah.
Okay. The rationale for having the other bank account needs to be understood in the context.
Right.
Yeah? It needs to be understood. Maybe you just want to save up for separate vacation or some special occasion, some special gift,
Mhm.
or maybe that's just being you. So that, you know what, I need to protect myself. So I am going to start this account to feed myself just to keep people silence.
Right.
People think and act differently, and all of that is based on your past experience.
Mhm.
If it's past experience have proven that you did not do these things and you end up in a bad place, then you kind of doing something to protect yourself.
Right.
However, if that now leads to other secretive things happening, then yes, there's a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah.
Yes, there's a problem. But in sense of if it's just an account, there's no problem. Like I see personally with it. Um, but you just brought up something there that is very, very important in a relationship. Is that the discussion regarding finance? That is very, very crucial to have. A lot of people who have that. I always tell you, it's better to have an uncomfortable conversation than to find yourself in an uncomfortable situation.
Right.
Which is totally different. Yeah.
I like how you put that. I really like how you put that.
It's very important to have those uncomfortable conversations. Yeah. And I cannot tell you enough how many uncomfortable conversations I had with my wife. I did let us to be a better place. Yeah. Because that uncomfortable conversation opened doors when we were just having those fluffy conversations, if you understand what
Right. Yeah, I know the stuff you wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, when you have to dig deep to understand what exactly is that person speaking about. What are they really trying to tell me here? What are they really trying to tell me here? Is it something they really want to need to unpack, or is it something I need to listen to? And sometimes it's something you need to listen to understand who that individual is you're sharing a life, a house, car, and all these things. Because trust me, there's a lot of things all of us carried out. We don't reveal all the time. So slowly, piece by piece.
Right.
And if you look at people who are in long-term relationship, they say, you know what, I'm leaving my mind open to anything that come at me at any point, at anywhere in that relationship. Because we are human beings and things happen and we change constantly. Yeah. The one thing I'd like is the constant change. And if you're not open to change, you find yourself very off place. Yeah. Because change is the one thing human beings do, and they don't like it at the same time.
That's true.
You understand that?
Yeah.
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 We change all the time, but we don't like change at the same time.
So you're
Even our
creature of
brains,
habits.
everything
Yeah.
is geared towards the familiar. But if we don't step out of our familiar zone, we always end up in a bad place because we're not paying attention to the slight changes, the subtleness that happens in all of our relationships. Things don't happen overnight, so it's to that, let's say, but it takes a period of time. And we have to pay attention to things that is being shown out to us. And if we're not, we are leaving ourselves open to one of these days where yes, come on, I want to divorce, and you're like, where the hell is all of this coming from? Yeah.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
you need to move on. And you're like, where did that come from? Yeah. Because you're not paying attention and you're not securing that open, honest communication with that individual. Claire,
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you so very much.
you to listen
Yes.
and hear what the other callers.
So no more callers.
Thank you so very much.
But let me ask you something now. When you meet me, and I used to take my big foot and put on you, and used to rub my foot and so and have it there, and then all of a sudden the foot get too big and you're just pitching it down. Where does that come from?
Maybe it's not the foot problem.
I believe you. It's not the food at all. It's other things, but the food pays for it. Thank you so very much. Bye. You see, this is the hard conversations that he's talking about and will continue to talk about. You see, I love this man. Always say, because he says the thing as is and he says straight up. What?
You see, you will not get no call and see. Or you have to bite it up.
Good morning. Good morning. We're not hearing you. What's going on?
Morning,
Good morning, and how are you? I have to say bonjour now.
Good morning.
Morning.
Listen.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You wanted to know about the children. The children all came during the marriage.
21, you say, 21. Not 12, right? You didn't make a mistake and say 12?
What?
No, 21.
Okay.
And each of these kids, every one of them, my kids, like maybe 2 days before or 2 days apart.
What?
You understand?
Yes.
And I did not know. I honestly did not know. Why? Because I was not a person to listen to gossips. So even if somebody came to tell me something about him, I tell them I don't want to hear it. I walk away from it. Is that?
Yes.
So
21.
Yeah.
So that is 2 football team and a basketball,
Yeah, they were 21. But the thing about it though, I cannot tell you when he had time to go to other people because we are always together because it used to be and say, wow, you all look like you all just met. You understand?
Yeah.
He never gave me the reason for that.
Exactly.
You understand? Until after his mother passed away, and then we had to go to a funeral where we met a bunch of people that were calling him daddy. Oh my God. Yes,
What did you say? Say it again. All this people call him daddy.
No, I left and I went home. When I went home, the kid said to me, Mommy, look what's going to happen here. Mommy, I don't want to meet anybody that is going to call me brother because he never introduced my children to the other kids.
Oh.
But the others knew each other. You understand?
Oh.
I love my kids dearly. But to be honest with you, my kids, the only regret I have about it is because my kids doesn't want anything to do with the other children because they did not know them.
Okay.
You understand?
But you can't really blame them too, because
I knew about 2 of them, but the rest I did not know. The 2 of them, they know them, they're close to them, but the others know. They did not know.
Wow.
They did not know. It's only when I came down to Grenada, I heard all this, but I really did not know.
Oh my.
So people will call me foolish, but I'm a journalist. I enjoy myself.
Of course.
I love my kids. And I have no regrets with them because they're all professionals. You understand? And no, but what is a fact? 21 kids and maybe more because I knew he told me about the one that this is not true, I think. I have not seen.
You sure some of them didn't come from the sperm bank? Because if you all want to go, they were close together all the time. Where did he find time to go and do the horizontal mambo with anybody else?
This is what I am saying. I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's why I tell you that man was my God. Anybody here tell me that. And the thing is that I always say, if he comes back, I'll go back to him.
I hear you.
Because and this is what I'm saying. I'm afraid to get involved with any man because I think that's another him.
So let me ask a question. From that 21 children. I guess, is it a case where multiple mothers involved, different mothers, or one person, or just two, or it's three, four, five?
Different ladies. They're different ladies.
Oh, wow. That is a Casanova or a gigolo?
And is a different person.
This is a very unusual.
And how many children you have together with him, with your husband?
There are 5 of them.
5. So 17 is on the outskirts.
Yeah, and each of them are 2 days apart from each other, whatever.
Wow.
This is a really unique
16.
situation.
Mamma mia. I don't know how to deal with that one. Seriously, you're good. I have to give that to you.
Goodness of God. When I find out about that, I put myself in church. I find a church.
You went up prayer?
I put myself that. I have to.
So your sanity for sure. Yes. Wow.
I will go crazy. Okay.
And thank you so very much for for sharing your experience.
All right.
Yeah.
Today is because of what I went through. I went through hell and back, and I'm not going to
I got you. All right. Thank you so much. You take care now. Talk to you soon. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
21 TWENTYONE. That's a lot of children to be there, and one is bad enough, but you have 16 besides my 5, and they're always together.
18 years of marriage.
Yes, and the children, like if she had 1, 2 today, the other person was there 2 days afterwards. Well, I don't know. This is it. Yeah.
God give him too much spot.
You think?
Yes.
All right. So yes. So well, after we spoke to Mr. Snag, we spoke to us and tell us what it is that the difference between love, lust, affection, sex, and so. And as I was saying, you don't always have to have sex to be close to somebody, to feel good about something. Sometimes it's just to sit and chat about things, and you feel good. You want to sleep and you're okay. So then you hug, you have pillow talk, and you're good. No sex or anything. But with the way things are these days, it's all about sex. And if you're not getting sex, then you're not good, or you this or you that, and a lot of men lie and say,
women.
I'm talking about men today.
Well, yeah, but that's
well, okay. The whole sex is lie, and say, oh, they cannot have sex, they cannot do this, and they lie like rug. They lie, the rug lie down and the end moving, they lie like rug. Because when they find somebody else, isn't it, the sex has to take place too, yes? So then it doesn't make sense. If I always say in a relationship, if I have someone in my life and then you feel, well, we had enough, be honest, come out and say to me, I don't think this is working again, and let's go out.
Yeah,
Don't come and give me this kind of big, yes, don't come and give me this big thing.
You come and you talk to someone and you tell them this is what is it.
Yeah, it may be painful at first, but at least you know this is where you are and where you stand. Don't come and give me this thing about, oh, I'm fine on all cylinders. But if it's one cylinder you have and you can fire on it, then that's fine too. But because there are ways of working out things that, like Snag says, you don't have to have sex, or you could talk and do whatever, and there are different ways for somebody to feel emotionally attached to someone than just sex. So when you come up with your big lie and them and you're saying, I can't do this or this, that, and the other, just take your nice little self and mosey on and leave me alone. Because let me tell you, the relationship that I have now, he's the good man, the bad man, the ugly man. All 3. All of them. And I like each and every one of them because I have control over them. The relationship that I have at the moment. So yes, it says, no, you are dying inside, but you don't feel entitled to complain. This one hurts the most. That's the topic I'm hitting right now because we are coming on to the wire. You're dying inside. You've convinced yourself that because your husband is good, you don't have the right to feel unhappy. You tell yourself you should be grateful. You guilt yourself out of your own emotions. You look at other women with abusive partners and say, at least I'm not her. But that's the problem. You're comparing your pain to someone else's horror and invalidating yourself in the process. Some women are not suffering from physical abuse or infidelity. They are suffering from a chronic lack of joy, passion, romance, partnership, softness, spontaneity, laughter, and connection. And let me tell you something. If you lose all that, then you lose yourself. Because if you cannot find joy in yourself, you're not passionate about anything. You don't have any romance in your life, or you don't have no partner, and no softness. You just become a shell of who you want to be. Then there won't be any use of you at all when you look at it. They are suffocating in a love that looks perfect, but feels like a prison. Being married to a good man doesn't mean you are in a good marriage, and that is self-explanatory. You could marry, look, our people always say about loneliness and, you marry and how could you be lonely? But you could be in a house full of people and still be lonely, still feel unloved, still feel that you're not being cared for because the person that you're looking to be that person for you is not present. And that is the whole shebang. That person is not present in the relationship, so you feel all of the above is what is going on here. So it says, so what do you do when you're married to a good man and are still miserable? This post is not about bashing men who try their best. It's about naming a reality many women are so scared to say out loud because you can't fix what you don't confront. And that is true. Because it talks about communication, saying what it is that you want, saying how you feel. So if I'm sitting here and Jester is doing all this as a good man, he's going to church with me, he's taking the children to school, he's doing whatever. But what I really want, I am not telling him. That would not fix it, would it?
It's true.
So we have to confront what it is. I said, if any of this sounds familiar, you don't need to panic, but you do need to take inventory of your heart. Ask yourself the hard questions. Nicholas talked about that too. The uncomfortable questions, the hard questions. Ask yourself that. Am I fulfilled in this marriage or just functioning? That is a very, very profound question. Am I just functioning? Because a lot of us just function in relationships and function in marriages. We just do what people are expecting of us to do or what is expected of us. Have I communicated my needs clearly or have I silenced myself out of guilt? So if I'm not telling Jester, I'd like you to rub my foot and I put it on you on the couch.
Can you kick it?
Kicking it out. So you say if I don't communicate clearly about that, then he wouldn't know that I like to put my foot up on him and I like my toes rubbed. But if I tell him that and I do and I pitch my foot up, he going on to do with my foot too, I'm telling you straight, you're gone. Yes. Have I mistaken provision for partnership? And that's the next thing again. A lot of us as women and men are in a relationship because people provide for us what we need. It's sort of provision because I cannot do it for myself, so somebody's going to provide it for me, and you become a partner like that because you're getting provision. Somebody's providing all you need, your basic need, the need for you to be with someone, for somebody to see that you're not lonely or you're not by yourself. So you're in that relationship for provision. Am I afraid to rock the boat because I don't want to look ungrateful? You're not ungrateful if the things that you're looking for, you're not getting it. You're not ungrateful. You did not say that he's treating you good and you're treating him bad. You're taking it, at least you're stifling yourselves because he is the good man. You're not ungrateful. These are the questions that lead to divorce. These are the questions that you have to ask yourself and answer honestly. It doesn't lead to divorce. It says these are questions that leads to truth. You got to be truthful to yourself. You got to be truthful to the person that you have in your life and say as is. Communicate what you want. And if your husband really is a good man, he should be able to handle those truths. Because a good man is not just one who stays faithful and pays the bill. A good man is one who wants to keep learning you, learning me, That's what a good man is talking about. So just you see where he comes back? All the things that we did from the beginning when I said I prefer to have the good man than the Casanova. This is what he talks about. Learning you. Loving you better and hearing you clearer. So when you speak, he's not just brushing it up and saying, oh, she talked too much. I just giving it a deaf ear. He's listening. That's the way he gets to know who I am. And if he's not doing that, then maybe he's just not the good man you thought he was. Or maybe he is, but you're no longer okay with the version of love he's offering. And that's allowed too. You are allowed to say, this is enough. You are allowed to want a marriage that feels as good as it looks. Because the dark side of being married to a good man is that people forget you are allowed to be unhappy. They forget you are human too. So whether it means having that long overdue conversation, going to therapy, taking time to rediscover yourself, or simply admitting that you are not happy, please don't lose your voice in the shadow of his goodness. Even a good man can make a woman feel lonely. And that is truth. That is truth. So, because a lot of us marry to the so-called good men as we think, or what people think, that doesn't mean that we have to stifle what we feel, what we want them to hear, how we want them to make us feel, and vice versa. So, we've been through all of that. And in the end, it comes down. You are allowed to want a marriage that feels as good as it looks. Because a lot of us are putting it outside there that we have the perfect marriage. There's nothing wrong with it. Because when people see us together, they think, oh my gosh, look at this couple. They look so good together. I want what they have. You do not want what they have when they go inside the house and they abuse that. Or even the silence that they don't talk to you behind the closed door. We want to be in a relationship or in a marriage where somebody listens to us. Really hear what we are saying. And that goes on both sides. So that we can compromise and learn to live with each other the better way and not having to walk out, as you say, with the compatibility issue.
I think Mr. Snack, he said a lot.
Said it all.
Give us a mouthful.
And you see,
go ahead. What I recollect from what he said is like when ladies are referencing through their children and of the negative, making mention of their father, that in itself is a bad thing. It's really a bad thing.
But yeah, I understand exactly what you said and what Mr. Snack said, but let me ask you something. If that father was not good to that child and the mother of that child or did something and the child see, don't you think it reflects how the child feels and what he says? Or what the wife says or the woman says? Because you weren't present in their life there, Jester. Not you, but I mean.
Well, the thing about it, except you want the relationship to continue going downhill, but if you don't want that, making these sort of negative references wouldn't help.
It's true.
It would just cause further down nobody pressed.
But are you doing anything to change that though?
Of course, well, I guess in this situation, why not?
Okay. So we had a mouthful, we had a head full, we had everything on this topic today, and sometimes we have to bring those topics out so that we can show the truth about how things work.
Yeah, man, you love this topic, and man, I know that.
You don't like it because you have other relationship on the side. I have not.
You love.
Eh?
Yeah,
he's too close to home for him. So he understands. I am like free will.
You just love this.
No, I like talking about the things that makes people.
As I said, I realize you are very passionate.
I am a passionate person. I'm very passionate.
So it only just tells me.
Listen, like I said, the relationship that I have now, it's all about honesty. And if you decide that you're going to be dishonest with me, then you get in the boot. Hasta la vista.
Wait, no. Wait, what's
What is your question? You want to ask me a question?
No.
Ask me the question. You want to know? You want to know who he is?
No, me.
No, just
Never. Me, I don't want to know your personal affairs.
I don't
Miss
have personal
Never.
affairs. I have other relationship.
I
do
do
not
like too. I want to know.
But my relationship is a cruise ship. So, cruise ship. Yeah, not a relationship. No, but seriously, when you go into a relationship and the first time they see you, they look at you, they give you all the love in the world, and all of a sudden they don't even look at you as though they remember who you were. So these are the things that you have to bring up so that people could start really questioning themselves and looking into things differently as to, do I need to make a change in that field? Do I need to do that? And as Snag says, sometimes my putting my foot on you is not the foot problem. It is other problem that you taking it out on my foot.
Yeah.
You understand?
Human behavior.
Yes.
That's a relationship. It's all exciting and all good and all things. But it's very hard to maintain because you basically have to work at it. And
Yes. And by working at it, you could make it interesting.
yeah, but
Because-
there's so many parts that comes in while you are in the relationship. You may have children, you may have this, you may have that, so many ins and outs.
You see, that's
So-
why I like mine spontaneous. I just get it when I do things.
So you know what I mean? You might have the rough days and you might have the good days and you might have all kind of ups and downs. So it's
Yeah, but
you want.
the ups and downs, you see, that's the thing. The ups and downs comes with the territory because no one says that the relationship was going to be perfect. It has its thorns. You're going to get pricked. But then it's getting out of the thorns and doing what you know is right. If you really love that somebody, Annie, Jester, and Claire, you will do anything to make it work.
Yes,
Not jump the
I
first
agree.
ship. Not jump the first ship and
I
take out the
agree.
No, you will make it work. And if it didn't work, that means you didn't want it.
Yeah.
And don't give me no mumbo jumbo and hurt me and think that because I love you, you're gonna hurt me and then I'm gonna no freaking way.
Guys, 12 o'clock.
Passionate.
That's a great passion in that. Oh, gosh.
When I come back to Toronto, you will meet my spouse.
Okay. All right.
A woman talk.
According to what's her name, Maya Angelou, I'm a phenomenal woman. Hear me, bro.
That would be oh happy day.
Thank you so much for checking in to Take 5 today. We tried to make the conversation very interesting. We had a few interesting calls, and thank you to Mr. Snack, thank you to Olavachi, to Lorna, to each and every one of you that called and expressed themselves as to what it really feels to have a good man or to have a Casanova. We all will take the good man and work with what we have to make it better, because it could get better. Because if both of us has to be involved and not one person cannot carry a relationship. Both of us has to.
In closing, let me just take the opportunity to say thank you so very much to our listeners and viewers of Take 5. It really was a pleasure indeed for you to accompany us along the journey. And before I finally depart, let me again make a special call out there to all our brothers and sisters home and abroad to please think about our brothers and sisters in Jamaica, what they are going through at this time, and we will be called upon to stretch forth our hands in whatever means or capacity you can do so. Please, I urge you to do so.
So when you think about going and buy that new pair of jeans and that new pair of shoes, hold off on it. You don't need it. People in Jamaica may need the money to have them to survive after what they're going through, that perilous time that they're going through right now. So thank you so much, and we are saying ciao.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for stopping in today.
It was a pleasure.
Oh, yes, Annie.
Got some things I need to say. Feeling heavy and not alone.